Jake was one of the new young pilots flying from our strip. In these shots he was flying with his friend Paul in Jake's Europa monowheel when they attended last year's Suffolk Strut fly-in at Monudon. I flew Jake on Easter Sunday in what turned out to be his last ever flight. Unfortunately, he died in a motorcycle accident less than 24 hours later. In this video, I fly his best friend Paul the day after it happened. Jake was a great inspiration to us all, but more of that in my next video when I share the flight we had together.
Certainly feels a little bit stronger. Beautifully done. Thank you. So there we are. Jodel flying for you.
That was lovely. Thank you ever so much. Beautiful aeroplane. It really is.
I forget now how many hundreds of hours he had,
Yeah.
but a lot.
But I mean, we were having a chat. I don't know whether it will come out in the video that I did with him.
Yeah.
But you know, he was just saying that with a disability, you either, as he said, suck it up and cope, do what you do in order to maximize everything you do.
Yep.
Because if not, you know, it makes you a poorer person.
Yeah.
And he certainly did everything 100%.
And he had a rich life for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of experiences. And I was fortunate he shared this experience with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name is Tim Palmer. I fly a Jodel DR1050 out of this farm strip in East Anglia.
You're comfortable?
Yep, all comfortable.
We'll just check that the air brake is up because that sometimes locks down. There's a bit of a pain. Mainland traffic Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is rolling mainland traffic. Okay.
Yep. Nicely done.
The ground's getting a bit harder, so as the ground gets harder, so the bounces become worse.
Yes. But you pick up speed a bit quicker in the
Yeah,
other way.
I mean, it's quite a speedy machine. I've got an 0200 in the front there, and of course we're now going up at 750 feet a minute.
Yeah. Which is a good rate.
It's not bad. Yeah. You certainly can't fault the visibility today.
No, it's excellent.
That crackle, I'm turning mine down. Is yours still okay?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
okay. Still something in the background, like
Yeah.
that noise.
Yeah.
It's not intrusive.
So this is an area you know fairly well or not?
Yeah, I've been through here quite a lot, and from
Yeah.
London quite a lot, down to here.
Yeah.
Um,
So where did you do the flying you have done? Where have you done that from?
From London.
From London. Yeah. And is that? I mean, you did a whole lot with Jake, or you did some with Jake.
Everything with Jake.
Yeah.
Everything. Well, we would go out many weekends and go
Yeah.
for breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you know.
As for training purpose,
Yeah.
nothing.
No.
None.
No.
None. No, for the last 2 years, I suppose I've flown as a guest with Jake,
Yeah,
and bit by bit, almost become an autopilot.
yeah. I won't do too much. I'll just basically go up to the store and back, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I was going to go to the heliport at Yarmouth, as I said,
Mhm.
but I know that they don't do the weekends, but I just assumed that maybe today would be okay. Right, you listen for it.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, we're just in the yellow, but it has made a difference.
Yeah.
When you pull the carb heat out. Have a look down and see how the A12 is blowing or not.
She's blowing well.
Yeah.
Change.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll stay like that for my trip home.
All right. So where is home?
Wickford.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so not too far out.
So have you known Jake for many years?
10 years.
Right.
We met through radio control models,
Okay. Yeah.
flying aeroplanes and helicopters.
Yeah. I didn't realise until Daryl said this morning that he actually was quite an accomplished guitar player.
Yes. And piano.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. He did a lot of things that he couldn't tell everybody everything he did. He'd run out of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that he had his disability, and we did, I did ask him about it after we landed, and he said that he quite liked talking about it, but lots of people don't ask him.
Yes.
You know,
Worried to ask.
yeah. Whereas, I'm a primary school teacher through and through, so it's all about picking up information and whatever.
Yeah.
So he was only too happy to talk about it, but he was saying that his bionic hand, he couldn't really get on with.
No. He couldn't find a real use for it
Yeah,
because he'd learned his muscle memory to do things other ways.
yeah.
He did struggle to use it to the best of his ability.
I mean, he did fly. He flew this for a while, and he was very, very accurate.
He'd done a lot of hours, starting in the gliders
Yeah,
and then into power. I forget now how many hundreds of hours he had,
Yeah.
but a lot.
but I mean, we were having a chat. I don't know whether it'll come out in the video that I did with him,
Yeah.
but he was just saying that with a disability, you either, as he said, suck it up and cope, do what you do in order to maximise everything you do.
Yep.
Because if not, it makes you a poorer person.
Yeah.
And he certainly did everything 100%.
And he had a rich life for it.
Yeah.
A lot of experiences. And I was fortunate he shared this experience with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can all moan about life sometimes and sit and not do much about it, or you can look at Jake and say, actually, I'll just crack on.
Yeah.
There's always a way where there's a will.
Absolutely.
Lovely day for it.
It's not quite as calm as I thought it was going to be.
We got traffic up.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah. Actually, there's one above it as well. You might not be able to see it because you've got an airliner above it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's good. It's busy up. People
Yeah.
are out enjoying themselves.
I am going to come onto the back tank for a while
Okay.
because, as you can see, I've got a fair bit. but you have to do all of your landings and takeoffs from the front tank.
Okay, so you want to save some for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there'll be plenty for it, but it's just a good practice. It helps trim it out as well if you don't let one side get too full.
Coming back across.
Yeah.
So you try and keep the tanks as even as possible.
Well, yeah, I mean, often I have got very little in the back.
Okay.
Because, as I say to people, if suddenly I need to fly somebody in the back, I don't want to be in a situation whereby it's the jet problem.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be in a situation whereby you're too heavy in the back.
No.
We'll be going to do aerobatics over the water there.
Yep.
This is the standard route. Because you know about Hamilton Reservoir, don't you?
No.
Was the first reservoir that the dam busters practiced on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they because it was flat terrain and all they needed to do was worry about the water.
Line up.
They started on there.
So just barrels with water.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, I don't know that they actually dropped. I think they were just doing their approaches to it.
Okay. Yeah, because to do a beat up like that
Yeah.
is quite a thing to learn, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I'll show you one of the tricks of nailing.
Is a trick.
Well, nowadays with all of the gizmos,
Yeah.
you don't tend to get lost. But
what if they fail?
if you found yourself in the vicinity, you can always pick up that reservoir
Okay.
at Ardley, and I can see nailing now, but it'll be easier to point out in a minute or two.
Okay.
If you look at that arm and you keep on going, there's a green bit with a couple of dots in. That's the hill. Have you got it yet?
See it, yeah. That's at 12 o'clock.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. So as I say, if you aim for that arm, that'll point you straight at the airfield.
Yeah. It just looks like a large field, but in fact half of it's the hill, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can see the planes there on the left.
yeah,
I never do that. All the times we've flown back in.
yeah. Seagulls.
Yeah. They're up high today.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't seen any gliders.
I'm trying to think. The airfield that Jake used to
Well,
fly at.
Or Wormingford.
Worming.
Yeah, that's
Um,
just there.
Is it still open?
Yeah, they are going to close it, but like so many around that have been closed,
It's a shame. Yeah, Jake enjoyed himself there.
yeah.
Sometimes not in the winter.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is, I could fly over the top, but so that we don't upset the neighbours and the people in the village, I often fly around the north side of the village.
Okay. You want to keep the peace with the neighbours.
Yeah, yeah.
There'll be another one ploughed up.
We keep to all of the restrictions.
Fair is fair.
Just looking to see if there's anybody else about down the bottom there. Did you want to have a fly, or are you happy?
I'm absolutely happy.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I should have asked earlier.
Oh, it's fine. I was looking to see if Steve is still on the ground or whether he's come up for his test.
I think it's still on the ground.
Looks it. It's so small, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's inside the hangar door. Stoke Bunhaven Church is always a good pointer as well.
Ah, okay, yes. There's more and more landmarks now, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah. And then you've got wind farms and you've got solar farms.
When we went into Hundon, it was a wind turbine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could spot that when we was above Newmarket sort of direction.
Yeah,
You could spot it.
Because it's just the single one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All by itself.
Yeah. All right, going to put the fuel pump back on
Okay.
and then come onto the front tank. I'll give a quick call. Mainland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is in the overhead mainland traffic. Okay, and then I tend to come inside them, but if you're stuck, you've got two reservoirs in front of us now.
Okay.
And then when you turn downwind, you've got another two reservoirs.
Ah, yes. Good marker.
Just out of sheer fluke.
Yeah.
Your harness okay?
Yep. It's nice.
Yeah. We know the hatch is okay. Mixture is rich. Fuel pump is on. Handbrake is off.
So you start your descent at around 1400.
I normally go over the top at about 15.
Yeah.
Because this has got an air brake, I do tend to be a little bit higher than most.
Okay.
We are going to come in quite fast because we've got a tailwind.
Yep.
Looks like they've got the winch out at the far end.
Ah, yes. I forgot how close it was. I haven't been up for nearly a year.
Yeah. And then, just before you turn final, you've got two more reservoirs.
Easy.
Yeah.
And they're quite easy to spot being paired.
Yeah. Pull the carby out, bringing the power off. Coming down into the right arc. Air brake coming down. Notice the different
Yeah.
attitude.
It's quite an aggressive attitude, but it feels
Yeah.
right.
As I say, it's not a flap. It's just an air brake, and it just comes out at 90 degrees. It's going to be a little bit bumpy through the valley.
I remember. Doesn't really matter the time of year either, does it?
No. Every landing is somehow slightly different.
Yeah.
You see it's 65, but it's feeling a lot faster than that. Okay.
You made that look easy.
And then what I do is I tend to leave it out for a while to cool down rather than put it in. But if you are around in a while to give me a push,
Of
that would
course.
be
Of course.
much appreciated.